Okay, my man Aqua just gaslit a god into acting. Like, this man's riz and persuasion, he just scored like a nat 20. Like, this man, he's on a new level, like a different level entirely. The fact that he could just straight up, like, convince a god itself that can literally put people into new bodies. Like, let's clarify, okay? I mean, even as a reminder, we got it here. The Crow Girl literally said that she is capable of, like, taking people's souls after they're dead and putting them into a new body. And she also, with a snap of the finger, can take your soul out and you're gone. Basically saying that, Aqua, if you make me upset, I'll kill you. But Aqua doesn't give a crap. He literally just said, never mind that, can you be an actor or not? And he gaslit this god into being a child actor for the movie. That's next level. Like, bro, this is probably one of the most shocking plot twists we've had in a while. I mean, I dare say that this is more crazier than the whole Aqua Ruby stuff, which obviously is just a meme, but this is legitimately insane, because it's like, nobody would have expected a legitimate god, or like, we thought this character was just going to be that background character that dictates things behind the scenes, kind of watching what Aqua and Ruby does as characters. You know, that's what many of us probably, you know, looking at, this chapter, that's what we assumed. That's what we assumed the character was going to be, like this background character. But the fact that, other people can apparently see this Crow Girl, and on top of that, you have it to where, like, she apparently is inhabiting a body from someone that is in a very similar situation as Aqua and Ruby. Like, for instance, this body that she's in was literally the exact same circumstance. And she even admits or implies that the mother of her, or the biological mother, is not necessarily a normal person either, very special. So there's a lot of, like, I guess, mystery and just foreshadowing going on there, setting up for some plot threads in the future. But, like, this is a legit, like, twist in the story that I don't think anyone really expected, because obviously, it's going to be interesting seeing someone that knows the secret between Aqua and Ruby, interacting with them, but I am also legitimately curious now, like, what kind of role is this character going to play going forward? Obviously, being a child actor, but, like, will they become very relatable? Will they, want to connect with, let's say, someone like, Kana or Akane? There's a lot of, different questions I have thanks to this development, and I can't believe it. Like, this is honestly a shocking twist, but a welcome one at that. I really do like this. Like, I know that there's probably gonna be some out there that, read this chapter and are gonna be like, not a big fan. I could definitely see people saying that, but I think having this character in the plot is going to be interesting to just see how Aqua and Ruby interact, because I am curious if this character will straight up, like, be honest with Ruby, like, hey, I'm basically the reason why you're alive and all that, and I wonder if, Ruby, if she finds out, she might try to make a deal or something to have, like, Ai back, which, as we know, Ai's apparently gone. That's what this god said herself, but for all we know, gods are very fickle, gods can lie. It's a very likely possibility that Ai, in some shape or form, could maybe one day come back. Who really knows? The point of the matter is that I am curious to see if Ruby finds out about this individual, more about her. How will she, interact? There's so many questions there. But, besides that, though, this chapter legitimately, I think, is, a good chapter. Like, it's a nice little, change of pace. Finally, there is progression going on within the story, because to be fair, it's been a few weeks now, like 4 or 5 weeks, since we've actually had real progression within the story, because, we've been, on kind of like a brief hiatus, and we had those, like, intermission chapters. So it's nice to finally see Oshinoko, having its story push forward, and getting to see the direction of where the play is going to go. I do think that overall, that the interaction between these two characters is just outright hilarious. I love it. I want to know more about the parents, though, of this character. I really do. I wonder if it's a character we're already aware of, or if it's a new character that's going to be introduced. So many questions there. Another thing, too, I want to mention, is that at the beginning of this chapter, there's a lot of setup with, like, Kana and all that, and how she's, like, going to be graduating soon. She's going to be, no longer a part of Bikomachi, which, as we know, that's old news. But basically, the schedule for her to be in the group and leave the group has kind of been postponed a little bit because of everything going on with the schedule and the movie, etc. And Kana kind of bent her will a little bit to, just fall in line and did what she normally does. She's easygoing and she gets used technically. It's kind of sad. That's a big aspect of her character. But she's trying to help out the group and deal with the scheduling issue. And, I mean, as we know with the last chapter, it kind of implied that Aqua is close to breaking as well. So the question I have is will anyone be able to save him, be able to put him on the right path? Maybe the Crow Girl might actually develop a bond to some degree with Aqua, and actually might even help him out. Who knows? We'll see where that one goes, since technically they're no longer a bystander or a director behind the scenes. They're legitimately on the floor. There's a lot of different changes that can happen. But, yeah, what a chapter, honestly. I know people are going to be a little bit upset that there was no, let's say, Aqua and Ruby stuff. I know people are all for that, let's be honest. The oshinoko community has, forever been distorted since what happened like about 2 months ago. It's crazy just what the fandom has kind of turned into in these past few months. Like, oh my goodness, the memes to this day is still ongoing. But getting off that topic though, it's like I think Aka's cooking with this chapter, a legitimate, like, great chapter, great progression. Overall, amazing chapter. I love getting to see the interactions of Bikomachi once again, getting to see the story progress with Crow Girl and all that, and, Aqua having amazing riz and persuasion. But one thing I do want to mention, though, that I really hope that happens soon, is I hope that Akane kind of gets more back into the plot. Because at this point in time, Akane has kind of been a little bit irrelevant. Yeah, she says that she wants to stop Aqua. She wants to stop him from a path of self-destruction, but, like, there's a lot going on there, a lot to really kind of dissect when it comes to the reason why Akane is even doing that, but I would like to see her have more of a pivotal role in these upcoming chapters, because it kind of seems like she's been a little bit sidelined as of late. And also, I would like the father of Aqua and Ruby, their biological father, to have more of a role as well within the story. We know that he's a murderer and he kills people, etc. Yeah, we know this. But, I would like to just see him more integrated within the plot, since we already know what he looks like. We know his name and all this. It's just like, I would like to see him more or less within the story of Oshinoko, and I feel like that's one big thing that this arc has definitely been missing, because technically the whole movie part is to trap the father of Aqua and Ruby and make him face the consequences of what actually happened. But I do think that the lack of him appearing within the story, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of wasted. There's a lot of potential there, especially with him intermingling maybe with Ruby and setting up a potential possibility of Ruby or even Kana getting killed or something. Like, that'd be kind of crazy. And especially with the incorporation of, like, the Crow Girl now being within the group and her having the ability to basically put someone's soul into another body, there's always that, possibility of, let's say, if Aqua or Ruby or Aqua, Ruby, or Kana or any character was to die, she could, I guess theoretically step in and save them. That's always a possibility. So who knows? I wanted to mention that. I feel like that definitely needs to become more relevant to the plot. But I'll leave it at that though. Just like I said, good chapter. I'm happy that Oshinoko is progressing. We have the plot picking up once again. But I'll leave it at that. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this week's chapter of Oshinoko. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.